There's something in there!
Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Blindspot. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The first episode of Blindspot started out so interestingly. It started out with just a bag in the middle of Times Square. This cop turns around, he's like, what the fuck is that? And then the bomb squad comes, right? And then that's when the guy's like, yo, somebody in here, and the bag starts unzipping and stuff like that. And all that is kind of cool. And then when she comes out, boom, it's Jane Doe, right? And she has all these tattoos all over her body. And all these tattoos, apparently they're just clues that can be solved and mysteries that want to be solved. On the back of her, and on her back, it says Kurt Weller. And Kurt Weller is an FBI agent at the moment. So then they call in Kurt Weller, and then Kurt Weller starts talking to her. She's like, she doesn't know who she is because she has no memory of what happened to her or anything like that. And then as the teams learn is that these tattoos are like from all unsolved cases or like future cases that they, or things that they should be looking into and stuff like that. And she's a mystery to them. She's a mystery to these people. So they kind of like hold her as a prisoner at the beginning because she's not safe to be out there because she has all these secrets on her body. But it's also like, what are they holding her for, really? At the end of the day. So like the first episode is really interesting. It establishes what the show is going to be about, and it does a great job bringing us in about the mystery of her tattoos, of her surroundings, about her growing up and everything like that. And as the season goes on, these things get super interesting. We learned that she was once part of this terrorist group that planned to infiltrate the FBI, and that this was all a plan for her to lose her memory and stuff like that. She actually genuinely starts liking these people at some point. At some point she does work for the other side, but then she's like, I don't actually really want to. I actually like these people. So she's kind of conflicted for most of the first season. And then we learn, and here's the kicker, as the season goes on, we learn that it's her mom and her brother who is behind all of this. It's super crazy, but it's super cool. And season 2 is also kind of really interesting. We see her brother being the main villain and being the main protagonist and stuff like that. And then once again, they're discovering new tattoos and new clues, and it takes us to different countries and stuff like that. And I really like that. But once we got to season 3, it's the exact same thing. It's just hologram tattoos. Like nothing changed and nothing improved as the season goes on. I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons. I love to see her discover her identity again, discover who she is, grow in as a new person, build these relationships, but also kind of like stand up to her mom, discover who her mom and her brother really are, discover her past and stuff like that. She was hell-bent on breaking down the FBI from the inside, but when she learned that these people are really cool people, she decided that she wants to work with them and stuff like that, and she helps them bring down her mom and stuff like that. And as season 2 goes on, we learn that the therapist is actually part of this terrorist group as well, and he's been in there to just keep tabs on her and learn as much information as possible. And like, yeah, all that is super interesting. But when you keep redoing the same thing over and over and over again for different seasons, I kind of lose interest. And that's where I was with Blindspot. I kind of lost interest and stopped watching. Overall, I think the first 2 seasons, once again, were really great. Season 2 focused on her brother and her brother trying to fit in. He's also gone through a lot, right? Jane Doe's brother has gone through a lot. He grew up in the same environment with a vindictive mother and stuff like that, with a mother who was narcissistic and all that type of thing. So he didn't have the proper way of growing up. So he had to kill a lot to survive. As a kid, we saw them in these torture prisons and these things where they had to learn how to become hard, basically, where they had to kill at such a young age. So he became kind of numb to it, and it became his own personality. And when his mom's organization kind of fell down, he needed to find identity and find purpose. So he kind of fell in love with this girl, and then he like kind of learned that her dad's not really good. So he has this good and bad balance, like kind of like fight between himself and stuff like that. So then he kind of starts sending the FBI clues to help them take down his girlfriend's dad and stuff like that. And then at the end, he starts learning that he has a brain disease that's going to kill him, and that from all the memory drugs that they took. So at the end of it all, he's been trying to find a cure for it and all that type of stuff. And he just wants to find a belonging and a family. And he finally does, but they all find out what he really does at the end of it. And he kind of like was playing both sides. And then, so yeah, overall great show for the first 2 seasons. like I said, and then after that it went downhill. I really loved the idea of family playing such a big role in it, but then after that I just felt like it was so repetitive. And if you like this review, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for tuning in to Frames Mastermind.